Hello. I will be starting Amphoreus. I haven't read any of the, like, readables for this patch. I've tried to avoid spoilers as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna be, like, relatively blind going into this. Drilla's home planet. That's where Drilla the Beauty ascended, a world of undying allure. It's also said to be one of the initial sites of the Stellaron disaster. Probably not the safest choice. That's interesting that it's also the first, like, initial site of a Stellaron disaster. Because Stellaron disasters were about 10 Amber Eras ago, but a Drilla should be older than that. Planet not recorded in the databank, and a world even Akavili has never set foot on, but if this trailblazing expedition works out, it could solve our fuel problem. I guess. Like, surely they don't always have to go somewhere they haven't been to get fuel though, right? That would be kind of difficult. Seems like a real flaw in the system. The express constitution. No, okay, we'll get this second one.
Amphoreus does have something to offer, unlike the other options.
Unlike the other options? What do you mean? We could find out about Mikhail. Or Jirilla. Those are, like, so good.
Plus, it's a completely unknown world. What better place to trailblaze?
I feel the same. While we know nothing about Amphoreus, we know the other two
something tells me Dr.
worlds
Ratio
aren't
probably
exactly
knows one or two
safe
things about
options. Anyway, if it's a risk we're taking, we might as well throw in some adventure.
I'm actually impressed by my ability to avoid spoilers so far. Considering, like, everyone's been playing it for the last, like, couple days. I guess my Twitter has just been taken over by, like, Arcane. That's probably why I've had so much success at this. Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't even done the quest where we, like, set this room up and stuff. I've been very distracted.
Ah, I need a sharp nail to break through that glass. And that's where you come in. Only through trailblazing can we reach the heart of Amphoreus. Cut through the thick mist and bring the world's memories back.
It is my duty to salvage unknown memories, and the Amphoreus that has been revealed by the garden's mirror is like a treasure inside a display case, dazzling yet out of reach. I need a sharp nail to break through that glass. And that's where you come in. Only through trailblazing can we reach the heart of Amphoreus, cut through the thick mist, and bring the world's memories back to light. But why do you need to collect memories if they're already stored within Foolie's eyes? That kind of sounds like a very not useful time spent for Foolie's faction, right? That's kind of... Surely you'd be freezing other memories. Anyway.
I trust you won't disappoint me.
Anything for you, Black Swan. Anything. We're going back to Penacony. Imagine. I want to see what he says if I say that.
I see.
Very calmly.
Those who embark on a long journey simply need to set off.
He just believed us. Wait, he just believed us. I'm sorry, I was lying.
I look forward to the journey ahead.
I want to tell him that I was lying. I was just pulling his leg. We've never had this many passengers on board before. I'm still not used to it. Why don't you head to the party car first? I'll see you later. It's like one more person. Actually, I guess no Black Swan's here too. He's so dramatic. He's like, more than 5 people in one place? That never happens.
Can I ask you something? What's your favorite part of a journey? From start to finish?
I don't know. What is my favorite part of a journey? I think I like the end the most. Because then I get to go have a nap.
Attention passengers! The express is about to make the jump!
I love when Pom Pom says this. It's always like, it's time. Something's gonna happen. Oh, pretty. Of course.
There's nothing there. Confusing.
I think there's a lot of puzzles as well, so that's also why it takes so much time. Fair enough,
The
yeah.
answer lies hidden.
So
in
I'll
the
just try and do
starry
puzzles that are
sky.
related to the quests then that it like forces me
Here
to
it
do.
is. The isolated world that can only be seen through the garden's mirror.
Guy is doing something trippy behind it.
The eternal land, Amphoreus.
The new Genshin area. Yeah, new Genshin area, exactly. What celestial body is this? Whoa, it's in the shape of an 8. This is Natlan, yeah.
As
Yeah.
you can see,
This is Natlan.
Amphoreus is surrounded by a mass of chaotic matter that conceals it from the outside world. Nearly.
Monday's just locked.
Conventional interstellar travel can't detect its presence, let alone pass by or land on the
Surrounded by a
planet.
massive chaotic matter that conceals it from the outside world. Nearly. Conventional interstellar travel can't detect its presence, let alone pass by or land on the planet. So it's not that it's like further away, it's that it's literally just hidden in space, and that's why it hasn't been trailblazed to. Is that what she's trying to say?
Yet the garden caught a glimpse of this place, and along with it, discovered
garden caught
ever-shifting
a glimpse.
traces.
I'm still thinking that this is going to end up being March's home planet, and maybe like the glimpse that they caught was like literally March. Because remember how March had like that quest where she went and she was doing like the flashbacks and stuff, and then she had the encounter with the memo keeper. That's my guess. 3 paths interweave and fetter Amphoreus, co-authoring the fate of the world. Ordinary pathstriders aren't known to leave traces in the mirror, so if what you said is true, then this isolated star system must have been home to at least 3 beings comparable to emanators.
I would even go as far as to say, eons themselves.
Eons themselves. Homes of eons. Okay, taking my guesses. It's gonna be Nanook, probably. If we're actually being serious, it's probably gonna be like the real Nanook. Or something, yeah. Maybe Nanook went here after he ascended. I don't know. And it's gonna be Noose? Just on the basis that it has the same aesthetic as Ratio. Comparable to Eons themselves. These 3 beings comparable to emanators, I'd even go so far as to say Eons themselves. Beings comparable to Eons is kind of like a whole, like that's a big step. Like that's like you have to be an Eon to be comparable to an Eon, surely. But if I had to have a third guess, because I guess there's 3 of them, Fully, because of the story about Fully being born during the Swarm disaster in order to save planets that sound a lot like this one. I think I mentioned that in my video. So potentially them. I don't know. Okay, continuing.
For a world to have nurtured such marvels, yet still remain unheard of throughout the cosmos? Now that
Yeah,
is
maybe you're right.
hard
Maybe
to
it's not
fathom.
actual eons, but like surely you'd have to be an eon to be comparable to an eon. The other thing is, I feel like the backstory of Nanook is tied to the backstory of Aha, because they have the whole like golden baby thing. Like the crying baby from that place, that location, I can't remember. It was mentioned in the simulated universe. But then Aha also had the crying baby. And I feel like it's going to be the same baby, which is baby Nanook. I don't know, if it's related to Nanook, it's probably also related to Aha. Yeah, but anyway. We already know one of the 3 paths to be the erudition.
I can reveal the second. In fact, you've all seen it just now.
So Noose and Foley.
It's the remembrance.
I see. Then it makes sense that a messenger of the garden would be capable of unveiling Amphoreus for us. What about the final path?
Hidden beneath the brilliance of erudition and remembrance, yet possessing enough power to rival the other 2
It's
paths.
Mythos. Countering erudition
Equilibrium,
and relate
the enigmata,
erudition
or
and remembrance.
perhaps the
Mythos.
permanence. I have no clue at all.
Permanence would be very interesting because we did see a dragon. Anyway. So Equilibrium was related, obviously I explained in the video, the golden river, like the golden river is probably the golden blood, and the same gold blood that Nanook has. Enigmata is directly related to the erudition, and that he tries to counter it. Maybe it's none of these 3 paths just because she named it at the very beginning of the story. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. But Enigmata is directly related to the erudition and remembrance, and then the equilibrium is of course related to the golden blood. Nanook is also related to the golden blood, so it could easily be either of them. And then permanence kind of feels a bit whack. Like that one feels random, no? Other than the presence of a dragon. Yes, it took me 3 days to finish the main quest. It's a chunky one. That's crazy. Even Avon guessed Acheron. Did he mention Nihility? Wait, when Avon guessed Acheron, did he mention Nihility? I can't recall. It's been too long.
This white ribbon of light encircling Amphoreus might very well be a product of the 3
And split
interwoven
into 4 different.
paths.
I wonder if 3 of the groups
Only
are
when
from
path
these
striders
paths
of the
and 4th was
trailblaze
related
enter
to
the
Anna.
center of the vortex.
Yeah.
Will its true nature be revealed?
But that's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. So it's like Enna and then like 3 parts. Possibly. I don't have any proof against that. Okay, and what she say? This white ribbon of light encircling Amphoreus might very well be a product of the 3 interwoven paths. Only when path striders of the trailblaze enter the center of the vortex will its true nature be revealed. Okay. Okay. Still, we know far too little about the planet. I need Sunday to come because I know that this is going to be very, like, Enna-centric. I need him to learn the truth about Enna so badly. Like, Enna is not what he thinks Enna is. Enna is also my favorite Eon, so I'm, like, insulted. I'm, like, insulted by his description of Enna. So I need Sunday to go learn the real Enna. Sunday, stop being nonchalant in the background. Exactly. We need him here. He needs to be here. What's more pressing is finding a suitable landing site. We could end up over an ocean in a vacuum without oxygen, or worse yet, in the middle of a lava field. That would be pretty bad. Now I see why the data bank is important. Have no fear, resilient little me will volunteer. We're turning back. Next stop, Lushaka. That's still an ocean. That doesn't solve the problem at all. Have no fear, resilient little me will volunteer. We'll do that. I think that the Titans are puppets of Enna. I agree. I also think they're Titans of Enna. I know you're fearless. The Titans are puppets of Enna, sorry. I know you're fearless even in the face of death, but don't act recklessly. Everyone values you. Dunhung, that's so sweet. Looks like someone is all set and itching to get off the train.
Wait. I think we might be missing someone.
Sunday. Oh, wait, it's March. I forgot about March. Well, my brain is like Sunday. Okay, where's March 7th? Of course, let's go get March. I was wondering where the Chatterbox had gone. Really? All 4 of us are here. No, where's March? We love March. She said something about her camera before going back to her room. I haven't seen her since the warp. So Titan would be below an Eon, not equal. Yeah. I feel like there's no way Titans are equal to Eons. That would be insane. That's like doubling the Eon pool that we have. Like, it's gonna be like, maybe one of them is like a really strong emanator, and then the rest of them are like, like whatever the stone hearts are to diamonds kind of situation. Like the kind of like, I feel like that's got to be what it is. Like someone is an emanator and then they're like equally using the power of the emanator. Because like, gotta remember, like they're gonna seem like gods, especially if they've been isolated from everything else. Their power would be extremely strong. Wait, I should talk to the others before I leave. Probably have different dialogue.
Something feels off. Please, all of you go ahead without me. I'll join you later.
Something feels off. Black Swan. Okay. Sunday, you coming?
Let me know if there's anything I can assist with. I'll do whatever I can.
You can assist us by coming with us. Come on, it's time to go.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong.
Oh yeah, this
I
is
just
definitely
feel
March's home
really
planet.
weak after the warp.
This is definitely March. Ah. Are you possessed? Let's ask her if she's possessed. That seems normal.
I invited Sunday to help with the diagnosis. He grew up in a star system rich in memoria. When it comes to mental healing, he's quite the specialist.
When it comes to mental healing, he's quite the specialist. Is he really? Is that what we call that?
You've all been to Penacony before. I presume you are aware of how some might find themselves in a synesthesia dreamscape after warping to Asdana.
I presume you are aware of how some might find themselves in a synesthesia dreamscape after warping to Asdana. After warping to Asdana? I thought it was after we got in the pools at Asdana. Sunday?
Why is she the only one affected?
There's no way to tell at this point. It could just be a matter of time before everyone
It's because
feels
she's
unwell.
it's because she's an escapee of this place, obviously.
Before we identify the cause, my
That means
suggestion
the
is
first
for Miss
time we
March
met
to avoid
Akron
venturing
was a
anywhere
normal
near
thing for
Amphoreus.
people. I guess. I think there's also, cause like, Asdana system is supposed to be like underwater. Like the entire thing is supposed to be submerged in water. So like the whole idea of entering into the dream pools is kind of just like, that's supposed to be fake. So it feels like Sunday is like, oh yeah, you know how you enter the dreams when you warp and then no one else knows what he's talking about because that's supposed to be a secret. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Now, don't forget about those
One
photos,
of the darkened
okay?
portraits they
I'll
showed
be
us of
checking
flame
the
chasers
camera.
have to be March. Yeah. Like pretty much, right? Like it's gotta be like, if not March herself, March XP, but like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like March is a fragment of that person that broke out of Amphoreus somehow and then we found that fragment. Like that's where my brain is definitely thinking this is going.
Do you
That
think
seems like
March's
the most-
seventh past could be
Maybe I'm
connected to Amphoreus?
I don't know. Ask exactly. Thank you, Welt. But now that seems too obvious, and now I think I'm wrong. No, that'd be too much of a coincidence. Okay, never mind. I haven't seen anything related to six-phased ice yet. It's more likely that some kind of energy on Amphoreus affected her before any of us. Suspiciously March-shaped shadow. Yeah, exactly. Himiko, you're always... No, Himiko is always wrong about everything, which means Welt is correct. Like, if Himiko... Like, I've just learned that if Himiko says something, it's suspicious. It's probably not what's gonna happen.
I'm fine with any arrangement you have for me.
He's coming with us. Wait, did she say don't or didn't? I don't know, I can't read. I suppose there's a lot to do. I'll disembark with all of you this time. You better. You better.
Your very own car!
Huh? Express is splitting up? Amphoreus is outside the interastral peace telecommunications coverage zone, so there's no chance of remote communication when you're there. That's interesting. I didn't consider that. Oh, Okay, uncoupling and using one of the Express's cards as your landing capsule is the best way we can ease your exploration. It can also be your safe house once you're on Amphoreus. Yes, okay, I like that.
The car you're getting has its own thrusters.
I didn't even
so
consider
just
that.
buckle up, and it'll take you into Amphoreus and land you somewhere safe.
And like that's what Mikhail and what's his face did as well, because they had their own little like art and stuff. That I'm pretty sure became Mikhail's boat. Every time they're talking about the boat, I'm pretty sure I was talking about that. But yeah, I didn't even consider that. And then there's also something in, I think, Himiko's story, with the, that one event. What was it called? An event that gave us the history of the navigators. Himiko's history mentioned something about the carts, about there being like a fleet of ships. So there's supposed to be multiple. But maybe it is still multiple. Maybe they're just like, oh, each of the carts is its own little thing and the train just gets longer. Anyway. I'm ready. Send me in. We're gonna go meet Kevin.
Car ready for detachment. 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Is this like men? Oh. Oh goodness, is that like a weapon? Yeah, there's a spear or something. Okay, that makes sense, because like if... That makes sense, because if someone in their society saw that in the sky, I would shoot that down too. That looks suspicious. That's like a UFO. Someone is not really happy to see us. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be either. I would be scared. And people. And pyramids. And then Illuminati. Pyramids, Illuminati. Oh, a weapon. And they're like holding a scroll. Looking at the pyramids and the weapon. Multiple weapons, it looks like. Pom Pom, don't get angry. Pom Pom, I'm so sorry. I've had this card for like literally 2 minutes. The art is kind of cool. Wait, yeah, I wonder what those weapons are. Okay, Dunhung, I'm so sorry, just leaving you on the ground over here. Dunhung is slumped in the corner of the wreckage, his well-being uncertain. I'm pretty sure he can just like water himself up to being fresh. Dunhung, time to get up. That was one stylish landing, bro. Time to come up with the name for the next. Wait, you see Dunhung's chest rising and falling, proof that life still lingers within him. Take him hard. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Take him hard. He doesn't even twitch. Looks like you gotta try some new ideas. Slap him or mouth. He's not in a very good position. Slap, slap. You suddenly felt the urge to slap him for no reason. There are no grudges. Some thoughts just spontaneously appear like that. Sorry, Dunhung. Sorry for what? Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry. We should try making contact with the Express. Himiko, we made a smooth landing on Amphoreus. It looks like there's a civilization down here. I'm starving, Pom-Pom. It's been 2 minutes. You're not starving. Farewell, my friends. Finally freed from the Express. Farewell, my prison. Yeah, of course that failed to send. We broke the car. They told us. We don't have signal down here. I guess as much. It's no longer working. Looks like it's just the two of us out here now. Back to me fugitives again. So true. Oh, mem. Also, I think the spear that launched into the side of the thing didn't from memory in the trailer. I forget his name. Gosh. Not Kevin, but the other guy, the one with the lion. Didn't he have a spear? Or did Kevin also have a spear? I can't. One of them. I think it's the lion guy though. Medei? Yeah, I thought he had a spear. It's probably him, right? That's my guess at the moment. I didn't really get a very good look at it. Also, it's been a solid minute since I've watched those, so I can't really remember the details. Was it Kevin who had the spear, or was it Medei who had the spear? That's gonna... I assume we're gonna find out really soon. Also, I'm just gonna keep calling him Kevin. I've actually already forgotten what his character name is. It's just, he's Kevin in my head. Why is it so dark? Is it nighttime already? I don't think I can go down there. Or what? What the heck? Opened in the other space-time. Okay. Okay, this is cool. Opened in the other space-time, so there are multiple space-times. Yes, it's not an illusion. So it's like we're going to the past and then to the present. There it is again. I really wish there was voice acting for this. I'm kind of missing what's on the screen, so I'm too busy like looking around at what's gonna happen again. This is so trippy. I like the little constellations that appear around the place when we get teleported. That's really interesting. So how come I could open that door? Like, what's the difference? Because the other one looked the same to me. It's gone. That happened too fast for us to make any sense of it. Did you see what the creature looked like? It looked like if March and Pom Pom were like combined into one person, and then it could fly. A rabbit of sorts. It's unlike any of the known species in our databank, but I guess that's to be expected. We know nothing about Amphoreus after all. It's unlike any of the known species. It looks exactly like the conductor, but pink. It's like March skin on Pom Pom. Like, I've explained it to you. Avila and Paimon have exactly like the same, like the exact same ones, or like similar ones, or like the exact same ones. Yeah, find a local, be like, hi, guys. I'm afraid we must plan for the worst, putting a potential language barrier aside. True. Do we not have our synesthesia beacons? Like those, because they might not work. Or like the synesthesia beacons might not have documented the language that they use. Okay, that's interesting. Language barrier. Of course there'd be a language barrier. There's a powerful attack on us just now. It's hard to imagine a planet as far out and isolated as us having the expertise to create such sophisticated weaponry. Is it any match for your dragon transmutation? Dragon transmutation, you say? Dragon transmutation, you say? That's so interesting that we're calling it the dragon transmutation. How arcanum of you, Stel. Exactly! That's what I'm saying! Sorry, I was probably reacted to that super late. I'm just chatting to myself at this point. This looks familiar. This was definitely in one of the trailers, I think. But like, maybe I should have like watched the trailers again before I started doing this. But at the same time, it's kind of fun going in, like, not knowing everything. I get to just like explore. Also, remember like 30 minutes ago when I said I was going to be quick, and here I am like, oh, look at the thing hanging off that tree. So fascinating. Like the fact that there's statues. Dr. Ratio. This is going to be like Dr. Ratio, like how I got my statues origin story. Look at that. What is that? A giant sphere. I don't want you to go through the story quickly, so don't worry about it. Fair. Very fair. Ooh, let's look at it. I still think it looks very much like the core that we have in game. If you watched my video, I pointed out like those cores that we use as level up materials. It looks the exact same. Wait, is that the same book that Dr. Ratio has, or is that a different? A humanoid statue that is not moving, can't tell whether it's dangerous, best not to get too close. Well, I'm gonna get really close. I don't think it's the same book that Dr. Ratio holds. Wait, let's get him out. Wait, oh. Let's get him. Let's get Dr. Ratio. Where are you? Dr. Ratio, add.
Keep to your...
Ah! I can't remember what his book looks like. Wait, let me look at your book. Okay, no, that's definitely not the same book. Okay, okay. But it is similar. It is similar. Talk to these statues. They're shooting at something. That! Dr. Ratio does the same pose! Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I swear, unless I'm like misremembering.
It's rare.
Just see the really weird bug that they fixed with Ratio where his NPC model was randomly on Amphoreus. I saw someone mention, like, I saw like a very like
mediocre.
very pixelated picture. Was that actually a bug? Quick recovery. I'm gonna get this statue. I need you guys
For the
to see
theater
this.
of the mediocre.
Give me the right statue, please.
For the theater of the mediocre. For the theater of
I
the
swear
mediocre.
he has one that does a similar pose. Oh, I accidentally double clicked. My bad.
For the
Yeah, I got
theater of the
instant fix.
mediocre. For the theater of the mediocre.
Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I
For the
might just be
theater of the
crazy.
mediocre. For the theater of the mediocre.
Maybe I was thinking of the wrong.
For the theater of the mediocre.
Also, there is like no variety. Please.
For the theater of the mediocre.
Maybe I was just thinking of this pose, but it's like the wrong. Still suspicious. I'm gonna still say that was suspicious. Really funny. Ratio was just around. I guess he was haunting the game, telling the devs to finally rerun his banner. Or, hear me out. He'll be standing there somewhere else, and they just accidentally put him in a little bit too early. Like you can't just like when you're making the stuff, you don't just like pick up a character and just like happen to put them there for no like you can't just misclick that. Like he was put there for a reason if it really was him. So like even though he's not meant, like if he was there, even if he's not meant to be there now, a dev put him there like manually. You can't just like whoops accidentally put Ratio on the map. So I think he will just be there at some point, like in a future quest, and they like accidentally like activated him a little too early or something. If it was anyone else, I wouldn't bat an eye. I would bat an eye at everything. Personally, I would bat an eye at literally everything. But I mean, yeah, it's Dr. Ratio. Like this is his zone. And then it also doesn't help that I'm pretty sure like Ratio is like the not the welt we know, but like the welt that welt replaced. He looks exactly like that welt, like the original welt. So like I'm fairly certain that Ratio is supposed to be like an actual big deal. Across the cliff, the Grand Palace gates remain silent and unwilling to reveal any. Did that statue move? Please reveal any. That statue's not in the same spot it was a second ago. Don't blink. Uh-oh. Anyway, history and secret. I could have sworn not only that, but I spent a long time looking at that statue's pose. Within the gate, you can't help but let your imagination bloody carnage, chaotic banquets, bottomless abyss. Oh, I don't know, I think it moved. Then you regain focus. Now I'm just gonna like be here, nervously playing with my hair. Then you regain focus, hearing a playful voice softly whisper.
Hello? Snap out of it and click the shutter already.
Okay. Yeah, that's not the same. They were there a second ago. Ah! Ah! Okay. I mean, I do like the idea of them moving around. That's really funny. That's actually really funny, but that got me for a second. I was like, wait a second. They were not in the same spot. This prominent spot on the photo wall. That got me. Yeah, that got me good. Yeah, they're moving around. Something's wrong. You don't say. Watch out, Lalody. Were they at this location before? I'm sensing hostility. Oh, like, yeah, they've got their weapons. These things aren't breathing. Inorganic life forms? No, they're just Dr. Ratio in disguise. Ain't no way. They just keep coming. How did... Yeah. Okay, thank you. Oh. That's Kevin.
Look out! You've got something interesting.
Hey.
I bear no harm. I just want everyone to be safe.
That's what we call a protagonist. That's what we call Hoyoverse's favorite. That's like this is what we call Kiana. But it's a guy, and then it was made into its own character, and then it was like also an important character, and then now he's like his own character in this one too, twice. Does anyone else have like 2 XPs in this game? Somewhere you hear Blade scream after the spear break. Oh yeah, true. Not the sentimental weapon break. Oh no. Like he just has like he can just. Bronya, so true. Bronya does have 2. Very true. Actually, Kevin technically has 3 because Kalis is his visual design with the design of the black and the yellow and stuff like that is based on like one of the designs for Kevin. So like technically it's like 2 to 3, like 2.5 or like 3 Kevins are in this game. Not in my game, because I'm Estelle. Anyway, I just get so distracted. I bear no harm, I just want everyone to be safe. And Sunday kind of did his story arc as well. Yeah, I really want Sunday to be here, because I specifically want to see, like, Kevin and Sunday interacting. I think that would be really interesting. Hey, I can understand what he's saying. I forgot, who is Estelle? Is she Kiana? Oh, I assume so. Yeah, it should be. Because Kiana's got the whole, like, black and white plus yellow aesthetic. That's basically the same as Stell. It's just we've got kind of grayish hair instead. Anyway. Hey, I can understand. Yeah, I can understand what he's saying. That's so weird. Everyone to be safe?
Roaming around a place like the Abyss with weapons in tow
The
is
Abyss.
a show of provocation. Those soldiers are minions of the Strife Titan. They're not known to stop until
Strife
all invaders
Titan.
fall under their feet. If you continue brandishing your weapons, you won't only be putting yourselves in the crossfire.
You know what's interesting? I just had this thought. I pointed out in my video how, like, the Golden River is related to the Equilibrium. But then also, Dr. Ratio was, like, studying the Equilibrium with the Golden Gears plot. The Intelligentsia Guild was studying the Equilibrium for, like, the Cast Iron Throne stuff. Because, like, the universal mathematics, the world, everything is just maths, basically. Is a real world theory as well, which I'm sure they're basing it off. So it's like if the Equilibrium is influencing a lot of the stuff on Amphoreus which it does seem like it is, because we've seen like the scales and stuff, and the scales usually imply equilibrium is involved, which I guess is also why it showed up in the Diamond cinematic when they were judging, because it's like he's using equilibrium with the cast iron throne. But I think anyway, yeah, Dr. Ratio plus equilibrium plus Amphoreus. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but that makes sense to me. They weren't there a second ago. The people teleport here as well.
Even without your weapons, a great power still lurks within you.
How do you know? How do you know, my friend?
I could be putting myself in harm's way for all I know. I'd be unwise not to take precautions.
And his neck mark reminds me of Fugwe. Exactly. Yeah, oh yeah, the destruction. Marks left by the destruction. I was talking to this with a friend the other day, but because like the White King, and like the ankles guy, the guy who breaks his ankles in Bomb Disaster, and then obviously there's also the Nameless related to sand, but then also Ankles guy was also sitting in sand, and he made like things out of sand, and he was a self-annihilator. But he also, yeah, let's just like this, yeah, I don't even know how to describe it all. There's just a lot of like really weird like connections between like him and Nanook, like visually. I wonder if you give me Kevin is Destruction Path. I think so. I think there's a decent chance as well. I think my friend said this the other day, that Kevin is probably the probably is Ankles guy, like a version of him without his memories or something like that, because that guy was someone who would like go around like starting civilizations and stuff. No way, his eyes are so pretty. They are. But the really specific detail about Kevin specifically and Ankles guy that was like, this is really suspicious, is Kevin is known as like the White Calamity, right? And then there's also the whole like Nameless King, and then like the king, the white chess piece. So it's like, okay, well, Kevin, the White Calamity, is like the White King, right? But you know what Ankles guy's name was? Ankles guy. That's what I gotta call him. He didn't have a name. But you know who's one of his defining features? He wore a white crown. White crown and sand. It's him, I swear. Destruction. Oh my god. Oh my... Anyway. That's all.
Ainon, look what you did again!
Ainon, that's his name. I'll try to remember it.
Into trouble?
I've been so arcane brained that like things have just like seeped out. And okay, so this is the weird part. There's always been like really weird vibes that Nanook is a time traveler. And also somewhat related to Blade, who, yeah. There's okay, so you guys remember the very first time we did the simulated universe, and it was like the simulated universe beta or something like that. There was that world, that one quest when we like first meet Herder. One of the first encounters with Fooly was literally talking about, you know, Fooly was like giving us memories of Nanook, right? We didn't know it at the time, but it was memories of Nanook. And that's like where the baby dialogue stuff comes from as well, like the crying baby, the Adlevin baby. Now I remember it because I'm remembering that passage. That's so crazy. Anyway, yeah, the crying Adlevin baby, the guy with like the tan skin and like the cloak and whatnot, and like looking at the shooting star, and like the shooting star, people thought that was like Lan for some reason, but it's like so obviously it's supposed to be Akavili. But the weird thing is that whole segment starts with a memory of Kafka melting. Kafka. Like, how the heck does Nanook have a memory of Kafka melting? So anyway, pretty sure Nanook has some time traveling stuff going on, which kind of fits with the whole like Amphoreus like weird time shenanigans. I don't know. I'm so sure. Like, ever since then, I've been like, I really want a time travel arc where we go back in time and we meet Nanook. I'm continuing.
How
Yep.
is this safe?
Enough rants.
Hello, friendly strangers.
Like, Dunhung says, I understand we're trailblazers from beyond the sky. Like, the other weird thing, the thing I can't get out of my head, right? The thing I literally can't stop thinking about at any point, is spider lilies. Obviously, because Blade. But also because spider lilies are also the exact same shape that the calyxes make that we get our loot from. And they have red ones, and they have yellow ones, and then Blade has red ones, but Blade's outfit also wears a yellow, he has a yellow spider lily. And then there's also the whole, like, red blood situation. There's not red, like, red blood, and then also golden blood situation. And things are just really weird about that. I don't really know. I don't know where they're going with that, but that feels like it's going somewhere. Because, like, the spider lilies also showed up in Sparkle's trailer as well. So it just, like, I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Their connections are happening. I don't know what they are, though, but they're happening. Just don't forget about the spider lilies. Anyway. You're telling them everything already. I saw theories that Trailblazer bleeds gold, too. Streamer is losing her mind. I am losing my mind. I've always been losing my mind. Have we ever seen Trailblazer, like, get injured enough to bleed? Like, I don't think so, right? There's no point concealing anything. They saw everything. If they wanted us dead, they wouldn't be standing around talking to us. We did get impaled. Yeah, but we're also the protagonist. Would getting impaled make us bleed? I think it's fair to say that our blood is probably gold. Because, like, I mean, look at the eye color, right? Okay, not that eye color implies what the color of your blood is, but, like, it's very, like, just very Nanook. Like, we started out with a gauge from the destruction. We have, like, the yellow. Like, I think it just makes sense. I think that makes sense. I'm not saying it's true, but, like, it would make sense. There's no point concealing anything. They saw everything. If they wanted us dead, they wouldn't be standing around talking to us.
Not from above the sky, but beyond it.
Above the sky, beyond it. Okay, so there is an above the sky. So there is, like, a heaven that he's expecting us to be from, but doesn't know well enough to know that we're not from there. Okay. Wanted you to put away your weapon. He took it and then broke the other. We didn't even have a chance.
From ID's Elysia. Sorry if I offended you
ID's
just now.
Elysia? Is it the same, like, Elysia? Is that the same one? Or is that, like, just like an English translation thing? Why do I feel like you and I are kind of alike? Oh, that's so funny. We were just talking about this.
Well, how about that?
Ancian, Palis, and Phaenon is just the same VA speaking to... Oh my gosh. Wait, that's so true. I didn't even think of that. That's actually hilarious. If things take a turn for the worse, our best bet is still going to be a resolution by force. Yeah, because Dunhung hasn't even, like, dragoned yet. And then he hasn't even, like, dragon. Like, you know, like, he can dill, but then he can also dragon. And we haven't even seen him dragon. We've only seen him dill. And that was only briefly. Splash some water if you need to. Yeah, splash, splash. How is it even remotely possible that we share a common language? Right? How is it possible? I've been trying to come up with possible theories for that, though the answer still eludes me. Perhaps like the Real 06, Amphoreus was severed by the Silver Rail eons ago, but the databank would at least have some record on the planet of truth. They said never been touched, so... Yeah, like, how would we have the same language? I have a crack theory. Hear me out. I have a crack theory. I've got two crack theories, but it's actually the same. It's the same crack theory, just in different skins. Thanks for the follow, just Kaylee. So, you know how I said March 7th is from here, but she was broken out? March 7th has a thing, a synesthesia beacon implant So potentially what happened is the synesthesia beacon implant took her memories of the language here and then uploaded it into like the synesthesia beacon system. And now because we all have synesthesia beacons, like Funhung and Stel both have synesthesia beacons, they know March 7th's native language, which is also this one. Alternatively, same thing happens, except it was Dr. Ratio. Oh my god, you're right. I think that's probably what happened, right? I support this. Yes, it makes sense. Like, that's just what my brain was like. Well, duh. Like, if it's Mark 7th's native language and Mark 7 has a synesthesia beacon in her, then we'd know it too. Batch of spear, yes. Losing the spear is unfortunate. Gosh darn it, we lost the spear. We gained some important insight. Amphoreus' weapon forging skills are on par with the craftsmanship that forged the Cloud Piercer. Right. Looks like this world is nowhere near as primitive as we had first thought. Perhaps they have more surprises. Right, because the spear is probably made with really advanced stuff. I love the hair. You're like movie ready. Like my hair? So the synesthesia beacon can tap into memories you don't remember. I would assume so. Like, it's just in your brain. Yes. I'm so serious with you, Just Kaylee. I woke up like this. Like, okay, so I put a little bit of makeup on that someone gave me for Christmas. This hair, I woke up like this. Wouldn't surprise me too much. Blade's craftsmanship met his match. Well, what can you do? What can you do? They're, yeah. I mean, it's definitely suspicious because, like, Blade was, like, a really good craftsman of, like, this civilization that had all this technology. I have to ask whether you have a movie role in the upcoming house. No. No. My hair is just very curly. I did condition it last night before I went to bed. So it's how actually wait, I also trimmed it yesterday. So that maybe that's why it's having a good time. But yeah. My hair is just like this. Like, Amphoreus has proven itself to be a situation like Tevat every second I was there. I'm like so un-Genshin pilled. I've forgotten Genshin, everything. I don't even think like, I don't remember the last time like, okay, so Natlan, right? I played a little bit of the first patch and I was just so like disinterested. Wait a minute. They have an 8 on the ground. This is the symbol of Amphoreus. How do they know what they look like from the outside? They shouldn't know they look like this. Why do they have an 8 here? Huh. Curious. Curious. Right, yeah. Like, look, they're literally close.
Virtus, you acted on your own. Lose your faith, and you lose everything.
He's got Dr. Ratio's armbands.
Think you can seek
like, sorry, Bracer. I swear that's the same shape.
Nowhere is safe with the end times looming.
Like, look at all the detail on the clothing.
I'm sorry you had to see that esteemed Chrysos
like, see
here.
this Bracer. If you guys can see my mouse. This Bracer.
Oh,
I swear that's what. I swear that's what Ratio's looks like.
Travelers from afar. They're also headed for the holy city.
And like this pattern here.
If memory
the
serves
swirly
me
water
right,
one is the exact same one on his purple bend.
Please, you may call me Finan.
I watched another companion fall
Come to think of it.
Monsters.
Yeah, no, that beard is ridiculous. He should shave that.
I offered a prayer to Akuma, thinking the answer would take time.
Come to think of it, doesn't Dr. Ratio like his pin? Isn't that a sun? Doesn't he have like a pin there and it's like a little dot and it's like the dots around it? It's a sun. So it not just does, he doesn't just have the same aesthetic, he has the sun that they worship the sun. Alright, we'll go. If we're to be companions on this journey, it's only right that we offer assistance where possible. Is no one wondering why we're not wearing the same outfit?
You two are truly honorable. I'll stay behind to guard
Because it looks
Virtus
like
and
they
the
very
rest.
clearly have like a very strong cultural clothing that they are wearing. And we're not wearing. That alone would be quite suspicious, I think. Yeah, a lot of these are like Greek patterns that you would see on like bathhouses and stuff like that. A flower on the back looks extremely similar. Like, it's a very generic flower, but it looks very similar to the ones that Ruan Mei has on her stitching, like the blossoms. I don't think there's a connection there, but I just, yeah. It has a very similar design. Okay, Orunix is an interesting name. I don't know if that's referencing something in particular, but like Oro is usually used for like Ouroboros and stuff like that. But then doesn't Nyx also mean night? So like the night Ouroboros is definitely giving like, you know, well, Ouroboros vibes, like with the Nihility water. But also the Time Titan. Curious.
My two friends! Don't stray too far away from us!
Okay,
Stop panicking! As long as we're with them, we'll be fine.
This is weird. Like, why does it work just around Ribby? Okay, this is really weird. Like,
But why
the
is
idea
it feel
of
a little
the idea of
too
Amphoreus being caught both
quiet?
in like the past and the future at the same time, and like having it constantly overlap like this is really, really interesting. But I'm very curious to see, like, firstly how it got to that point, and because I feel like, because we can see what it becomes in the future, but like, how did it? How did all this stuff like break? Okay, we deeply understand your faith in the Titans. Perhaps in your eyes, carefully, world-weary Titan, the protector of the holy city, is but a god from a foreign land. So it's curious that they think he's a god from a foreign land. It's cool that Tribby has like one black boot and then one white boot. That feels like a notable detail. What
The
Kreza
prophetic
says.
deliverers, with golden blood coursing through their veins.
I know how much I like Kevin. I'm so vanilla. Show me a white-haired man and I'm in love. I do like Kevin. I really like Kiana as well. Even though, like, when I was playing Honkai Impact 3rd, Kiana's every decision was like so agonizing to me. She's so stupid. Like, that girl does not have a single thought in her head. But like, I love that. I love that about her, to be completely honest with you. Kevin has a couple more thoughts in his head, but I also feel like at the time where Kiana had no thoughts in her head, she was also like, it was like a bit earlier, right? I think perhaps she developed a few more thoughts in her head over time as, like, you know, the story develops. I didn't even know where I was going with that. I just started thinking about how stupid Kiana is. But like, I love her, but like, she's stupid. I think delivers lanes. Big of heart and stupid. Exactly. She put all of her points into heart, and like, because she did that, she had to take a couple out of intellect. Only puts as points in charisma and strength is because Lana. Exactly. Yes. To be fair, it works for them quite well.
Happiness abound in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raise their glasses.
It's because they know their mate's gonna put all the points into like brain. So they're just like, we don't need to have points in brain because May will do that for us. Oh, they declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living. Yes,
Thus,
suddenly,
you
aha.
and I were created with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give.
Okay, everything comes back to Dr. Ratio, but remember how in that one event, the same one that I was talking about earlier, the Cosmodicy event, there we go. The one that specifically Sparkle, does she go specifically to Amphoreus? I think she said something that she went specifically to Amphoreus, but then she was also role-playing as Dr. Ratio in Amphoreus. And it was also a play. So, a play about Dr. Ratio on Amphoreus.
Thus
Yeah, so,
creation was complete.
Because remember how I said that
Who then
Nanook's
will bear the
backstory is
weight
like
of
intimately
humanity's
connected
souls
to Aha,
to
probably?
lighten the steps of the living as a whole.
It's all coming together. Because like the other thing is, I've kind of always suspected that Aha is actually Sparkle. Like Sparkle, because like you know how Aha always takes on like mortal identities and stuff like that to do whatever. Like that one time Aha blew up the train. I think it's perfectly reasonable that Sparkle is actually Aha and one of the identities. At the very least an emanator, but like could very well just be Aha as well. The steps of the living as a whole, especially because like in her trailer she's like, I am elation. Like that just feels like very like prophetic.
So tall, with light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders.
I'm on the theory train of
Golden
Rupert's
ichor
stuff in
spills
Amphoreus.
onto the land.
Okay. Possible, because Noose is the aesthetic of Noose is like the Roman kind of head. And this place does also have like the giant titans. But they also obviously like magic doesn't actually exist in Honkai Star Rail, as is the case with Herta, right? It's all it's just science that looks like magic. So the giant statues themselves would have to be, you know, like puppets, like robots. And because Noose was like a giant robot head, right? And they say he was created by the first genius. I kind of think he's actually a figment of the history fictionologists. So like it's possible. It's possible that Rupert and Noose are the same species as the Titans of Amphoreus. Maybe they were Noose siblings and only Noose ascended. Possible. Like it's actually unironically possible that they're like this ancient robot species. The other thing, the other thought that I just had, like that's just connected in my brain, is Noose is inspired by that one book. I forget what it's called. I mentioned it in one of the videos, but it was like at the end it was like the computer, like the AI restarted reality. And Amphoreus seems to have the vibes of like the origin and finality, like everything is like repeating itself potentially. So it's possible that this species of giant robot is capable of making that origin finality cycle happen as like gods. Noose is basically head of Roman Phalanx helmet. Yes, exactly. Thomas. Alright. What magnificent creatures. You would think that.
These large, mild-mannered creatures are called dromas. They're humanity's
Hung's like,
most loyal
these are my
companions.
people.
We'll be relying on them to get us through the rugged mountain roads on the way to the holy city.
I too am a large lizard. In truth. Yeah, I'm a let Hung take the reins on this one. You see the white shells jutting out from the footholds. Back of a drummer is like a cradle. You gradually fall asleep. Okay, that's sweet at least. I do like falling asleep. Oh. Okay, of course. I can never just have a nap, can I? I like how he's got... I like that that's canon. I like that that's canon. Because I wasn't sure if like it was like actually a canon thing that he really could just, you know, summon Cloud Hymn Spear. But like he really does just summon Cloud Hymn Spears. That's good. I like that detail. That's why he doesn't really care that much.
Next order.
Right, because it's like, I have Cloud Piercer in my back pocket at all times.
Time to reach you. Cannot
Hide! Darkness charmed!
I think it would have been really funny though. I think they missed an opportunity to have it like snap and then like them try to like give the spear back, be like, where'd the spear go? And then Dunhung's just like disintegrated it because he just like always has like one of the water ones out.
Trying to play the next beat. Harmony and unison.
No dirty
Oh, what am
tricks.
I doing? What am I doing? Oh boy. I see. We're gonna read their stories. It's interesting that it calls it Nikador's golden ichor. Because Nikador was the Strife Titan, correct? Am I remembering that correctly? They say it's his. But that the golden blood also flows from the big one. And I just noticed it's got like its arms and it's like hands are holding the string apart. That's really cool. Each Titan has their own, I guess. Yeah, possibly. That one, oh my god, what's his name? Medei. That one, was he was the one associated with Kremnos, no, not Kremnos, Nikador, correct? From memory?
Time to reap you.
I assume not allied with him, so I assume he's just like the equivalent of the Kaiser's heirs. But it seems like obviously all the Titans, but Nikador specifically is gonna be like a big enemy. But Medei is like
You
the
both fought so
Chrysos they're
bravely.
associated with,
Are
but
you
not necessarily
Chrysos
allied
heirs
with,
from a
probably.
foreign land?
Because I think we see, if I recall correctly, in one of the cinematics, we see Medei and Baenon fighting side by side, so I can only assume those guys are allies. That guy, this one in the background, his pin is very similar to Ratio's pin. It's just got the zigzags instead of the dots. Like, I'll show you guys in a sec. I want to ask about the spear. They're just minions. My Cloud Hymn magic will be sufficient. Our priority now is to find Phaenon. That implies that Cloud Piercer itself is stronger than the Cloud Hymn version of the spear.
Lift the curtain and stir up ripples of past reverie.
Why are we doing it as well? The rare spear is infused with love. Of course it's stronger. So true. So true. Pyramids, doves. I like the doves are I forget what her name was. She was pink. The pink Barbara. She had one of the doves. With the star. So I can only assume that the stars are what the dove was like flying towards. The sky that had to be repaired or something. That's probably what that means. There's someone just floating out there. Did I see this? What the heck? It's somehow a Ratio. Imagine that's a floating Ratio. Oh my gosh. Oh, Rainbow Road. Oh yeah, when I talk about the badge on his shoulder, this is what I mean. I'm talking about this. Wait a minute, this is her wings. Her wings, Tribby's wings. I was like, I've seen those before. Who had Tribby's wings on them? It was Ratio again. What the heck? It's like nearly 1:30. I've been here for like 2 and a bit hours and I'm like up to just this. I assume you're supposed to be here in like 20 minutes of questing. But I just yap. I'm just actually out here yapping. But see the wings? Argenti has triplets, so true. But see the wings though? The pattern over the chest, and like Ratio even has the hole on his shirt in the same place where he's also got the same. I'm sure you guys get it.
Well,
it's actually
let's
3
keep
different
on
people.
moving.
I thought it was just 3 like versions of the same person. Like they're acting like they're actually different people. Because like I'm not seeing anything that would look like a pyramid. So why do they have pyramids all over the walls? What is that shape representing? I think it's just mountains. Oh, it could just be mountains. Like just an artistic representation. That's very possible. I didn't even think about it. It's like, yeah, these are pyramids. But honestly, mountains, that That actually makes more sense.
Answer me.
Did you guys see that Molza just standing there?
I hit the mark.
He only appeared for like a second. It was like in the middle of the battlefield.
Eliminate the
So we
enemies
did
on the
see that
main
desert
road and
gold
leave the
area
rest to the
in
Holy
Yakuza.
City's guards.
True.
They're all trained and experienced elites.
Oh, we did see that, didn't we? Titan golds sculptured by Strive, they're infused with Nikaido's golden ichor. They contain plundered rationality within their rationality. I wonder if that uses the same as Ratio's name. Because like Ratio has like the actual spelt out like a ratio. Yeah. I wonder if that's why it's like in quotations. Okay. This is really niche. Have you guys... Does anyone in the chat play Path of Exile? Because this guy's hat looks exactly like PoE 1, like the Gladiator Ascendancy. It looks exactly like the exact same hat. Maybe that's because it's based on a real kind of hat. I just don't really know what they look like. But that's exactly where my brain went, because I played that Ascendancy.
Lord Finan!
A decent amount. Yeah, it's just a real hat. Yeah. I figured it was just a real hat, but like that's where my brain went. Because it was like the same color. Oh, a cinematic.
The rear is secured now. This is the result of your efforts?
Quit messing around. You know who we're dealing with.
Carelessness will be your downfall. Deliver.
I liked him. That was a cool first intro.
A
That
true
was cool.
fight between us would shatter them with the aftershocks alone. Who are you?
Enough, Mighty.
Mighty,
Trying
is
to
that how it's said? I've been
destroy
saying
the
the dead
Holy
this whole time. Mighty.
Cannot.
He kind of, the vibe he gave with that opening, I don't know what it was, but it was like giving me Dea. I don't know what the connection my brain is just making for that, because it's been like so long since I played Scenario, but like,
Or maybe I'll take
it was
it
giving
all.
me Dea for some reason. Maybe it was like the whole like fire situation. You see it? Yeah. The one gauntlet arm as well. Yeah, that might be why. Like the whole like fire aesthetic.
I'm glad that
yeah,
you're okay.
Yeah.
The people of Kremnos will never agree to make peace with the likes of you.
What's with the
As the
hostility?
successor
What do you
of
mean the
Kremnos,
likes of you?
I, Mighty, am not able to act independently on such matters. Furthermore, things have escalated to a point where I must warn you,
I thought those two would be
guests,
friends, because like we
that
saw
your
them like
host is
fighting
anything
together
but
in the cinematic.
proficient.
There's people sitting down. And then the Titan on the wall. Another one over there. Wait. Is that the same one or is it a different one? Surely it's the same one. I just have two pictures of it. Handing a scroll. Walking. Okay, the eyes are looking down. More people. Oh, what's up there? Butterflies. That's Castorus. This building. Since I just saw the butterflies up there and I was reminded of Castorus, doesn't that look like the building that we saw the dragon wrap around in that one trailer?
Lord Finan.
Ah, there she is.
And
yeah, I knew she was about to rock up.
two
There's too many
guests.
Castorus hints.
Welcome to Akama.
Assuming that is her. That looks like her, right? Yeah. Speaking of Castorus, exactly. It's the smell. What happens if I just run up to it? I need to know. Am I gonna die if I stay too close? The chilling aura emanating from Castorus fills you with unease. As the depths of your mind, it feels as though you're overwhelming darkness about to engulf you. Am I dead? Did I find the bad ending? Now isn't the time to take maybe to follow my sync up to save. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Okay, great. It just puts me back here. Oh, new enemy to reach. So true. I nearly just killed the guy. Okay. It was this one, right? Praetor, yes. Oh, he's actually dripping the golden blood everywhere. Yes. Drowned in the Crimson Sea? So the Crimson Sea is the Sea of Nihility. It's the same one that the Ouroboros emerges from in the simulated universe as well. They are infused with Nikador's golden ichor. They are mighty constructs capable of housing a Titan's soul. Housing a Titan, that's intense.
It's pointless to waste your strength on these pawns. Let's go. It's time to face Strife.
Why would it be a waste? Like, is it limited? Okay, so the reason that was on the wall back then, it's not because it was the dragon place, but because it's this place. Unless this place is the dragon place. Is the dragon here in the future? Because like we're in like the past version at the moment. It's like the future place with the dragon. Is that actually that? The same building? I can't remember. I guess it must be, right? Because it's got the Castros butterflies everywhere. Like surely it's the same thing. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Memorial Palace. The Lance
If
of
there's
Fury.
a future
Nikador.
where the dragon
They're
is
all
like
there
dead, does
in
that
the
mean that the
distance.
dragon in this current time where it's like bright in like the past time, does that mean it's still alive? I think Thanatos is the dragon when wrapped around.
2. If you wish to retreat, this is your final chance to do so.
No, we're Gucci. We haven't even tried. Let's go. It's fine. I've already died a number of times before. Yeah, let's go.
It's like the both of you have indeed braved many dangers.
Like, worst that happens is they stab the Trailblazer, and then the Trailblazer blows up because they're a Stellaron.
We inherit the duty of the gods.
When she does her power
Safeguarding
up,
the
when she
inhabitants
gets her new
of
form.
Amphoreus.
Like, that's how we'll find out her true identity. She'll get, like, stabbed here, and then she'll, like, turn into, like ice crystals. And then it'll, like, pull all the ice crystals from everywhere else, and then she'll, like, transform into... Trust me, it's gonna happen. She'll get her magical girl transformation.
Deathly silence is the proud resonance of Nikador's war drums. Behind this watery veil awaits the arena of conflict.
Deathly silence... That reminds me of... Okay, so... When the finality touched the Order, it was also silent. It also made the choirs full silent. I don't know if there's a connection there, but that's what the silence made me think of. That's the thing that they were fighting in... Okay, so, yeah, in the trailer we were fighting this thing.
Careful!
With...
They look different from what I remember.
Phanon and Medei. That's that whole thing out of.
Move.
Oh.
This
a really
is not
nice
the
visual.
true Nikador, just one of his many godly forms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that didn't really seem very actual Titanian.
The core flame isn't here. New allies of Akima.
She's got one of the
Welcome
markings
to
as well.
Amphoreus.
Like the one that he had on his neck, she's got one as well. Hello, Lady Aglaia. Why do we know her name already? I guess they must have mentioned her name before. Eyes.
Curious about my eyesight? Well, I'm not blind. On the contrary, I can see much more than the typical person.
It's funny because her eyes look so like stereotypically like normal anime eyes that like I didn't even question it. It's just a little teleport beacon. With his space anchor and Amphoreus have taken yet another giant step on the path. I could have sworn I passed one of those a couple times. She's so nothing cute. I didn't see those beacons. Okay. But wait, we're in a bathhouse. You know who else likes baths? Dr. Ratio. What's this? Be water, my friend. It was like turned into emojis. So a Goliath also has the butterfly symbol as well. It's not just Castris. If you place them close to your ear, you can even hear the familiar whispers. They look like the light cones a little bit, don't they? I don't know. Am I crazy for that take? It's kind of like a vibe to light cones. The crystal. Yeah. Don't go up that way. The guard's gonna stop me. What's on the wall? A cup with like a whale in it and more stars. See, whales are suspicious because whales usually refer to like leviathans for Hoyoverse. They're usually equivalents. The fact there's like an ocean. The cup is, strangely enough, I don't think this is what this means, but the cup is reminding me a lot of Aha's cup. Specifically, Aha's cup had like the water in it, and then the ripples in the water would be what they used to communicate with the masked fools and tell them where to go. That's also why the elation path in simulated universes symbolized by Chalice. Okay, so I might stop my questing here because it seems like a good place. I just finished like an actual quest. So yeah, that's me done. Goodbye, friends. I will catch yous next time.